Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the online Surf's Up Second Wave Summer Tour event for Zeej International. My name is Fred Holmes. I'm an independent distributor with Zeej International, and welcome to my home office. What a blessing to be able to conduct this event and be able to commute to the event by walking about 10 feet from the other room. So good to have you all with us this morning. I'm going to take a quick look. We've got the room filling up quite well. Oh my goodness. Looks like I've got Amy McKenzie with me. I was excited to hear that she might be able to join us after all. She's going to be on an airplane. But let me do this first and kind of frame up what we're going to be doing this morning. Zeej International is a rapidly growing company. We're expanding dramatically here over the summer, and one of the things that we've done is we've set up a series of events over an 8-week period of time called Catch the Wave, if you will, the second wave of growth with Zeej International. And these events are taking place all over North America. However, not everybody could get to one of those events, and I was very excited to get permission from Zeej Corporate to be able to host this event on via this broadcast and webinar. So those of you that can't get to one of the tour cities will be able to still be able to get that information and a very, very special product promotion that I'm going to share here towards the end of our broadcast this morning. But what I want to do first of all is to welcome all of you who are perhaps our new team members just getting started with us. Certainly I can see there's a number of our senior distributors that have joined us this morning, and in particular a very warm welcome to those of you that are invited guests. A lot of this information is for our existing distributors, but it's also going to be information for those of you who maybe have just started using our products, or maybe you've been invited to take a look at what our business is doing here with Zeej International. This morning is going to be a little bit different than normal. For those of you that are regular attendees of our Saturday morning broadcast, you know we do a fast start training for new distributors, and we will be doing that again on an ongoing basis. But this is a special event this morning. So what we'll do this morning is I'm going to invite a few of our field leaders to come share some information about the company story, why Zeej International is here, some information about our products, if you will, the product story, so you can hear why this company is creating the natural health revolution in the world today. I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit of information about the income opportunity and a few things that are happening right now in Zeej International to give brand new people an opportunity to get off to a fast start, get profitable, and for many of you create the lifestyle and the residual income that you've dreamed about. So there's going to be a little break. We're going to come back to a kind of a fast start training, the 5 Ps, the fundamentals of building a Zeej International business, and then a very special product announcement as well. So with that, let me go ahead and get things going here. What I want to do first of all is I want to bring on Reid Nelson. Now, for those of you that are part of the Zeej team, Reid doesn't really need any introduction. I'm going to go ahead and bring you on here, Reid, so get yourself ready. Reid Nelson and his wife Yvonne have built an incredibly successful. Hey Reid, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, you got your white Zeej shirt on. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. But Reid and his wife Yvonne are professionals in the network marketing industry. They're legends. They've been in for decades, multiple 7-figure income earners. And he has a very unique story, which I'm going to ask him to share with you. But let's get the morning started by having Reid share a little bit of information about the company and why we're here. Good morning, Reid. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Good morning, Fred. How are you, my friend?
Very good. Good to see you, and thank you for joining us here on the virtual Surf's Up Summer Tour event.
Well, thank you, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So, well, what I'm going to say probably is more for the newer people on the phone today or on the call today, because, a lot of people would wonder how or why, or, somebody like us might end up at ZG International. And when Fred and I talked about this, he said he wanted me to share some of the things we went through to actually decide how we came here. If you've ever seen our upline David Moses do anything, he always starts with it's a really short little thing about the things that make this a legacy company, and so I like to do those things. But I didn't even know who David was when we started looking at this, so it's something that we looked at those things just like he did, evidently. And so if you're new here, if you're not new, whatever, these are things if you just think about what I'm about to say, it makes a good little presentation to someone, about why Zija and why now. So it's just really, really good. And again, Fred, thanks for having me on. Well, the number one thing we were looking at was ownership. We were looking at Ken Brailsford. We never met the man in our lives. We didn't know him. We knew, we made an appointment to go see them. We looked at a whole bunch of companies. And so Zija was the
Looks like we may have had an interruption with there you go. Try again here, my friend. Go right ahead.
Did I?
Yeah. And that's okay. The technology is wonderful. Go right on ahead, Reid.
The technology is great when it works, right? Anyway, so the number one thing we looked at was the owner. We were looking for an owner with integrity, an owner with vision. And when we met Ken Brailsford, he had changed his whole schedule around to meet with us, which was really sweet of him to do. Had a great conversation with him. But we discovered that here was a guy not only who is an experienced business person, but an experienced network marketing person. He had started 2 other companies, which are still in business today, 30 and 40 years later, done billions of dollars in business. And for reasons of his own personal things, he had sold those off. But when he saw the power of Moringa oleifera, when he saw that Discovery Channel video, he went, oh my, I have to do this. To quote his book, he said it was like the right hand of God on my shoulder telling me I had to do this. And so we met with Ken, and Ken is everything and more than we all talk about. He was the lure, he was the draw. After I met him, I didn't even know what they sold. I was in. I would follow that guy. He was really, really great. So number one was ownership, integrity there. Number 2 was company management. Who's running the show? Besides Ken, Ryan Palmer, what an awesome individual with credibility and passion and concern for others and just integrity. It just flowed right down from Ken through Ryan and Jerem Dastrup and the whole company crew. Just an amazing management team there at ZG International. So number 1 was Ken. Number 2 was the management. Number 3, training. Well, and I'm not talking about training from us. I'm talking about training from the company. What if, and I'm sorry about my English, but what if us wasn't there? Could our people be trained without us? And in many companies out there, it's all based on the distributor leadership training the field. And that's good when that's a part of the deal. But you know what? What is the company producing? One of the things that I loved was the company has training. And it's good training, very simple and very, very good. I was at a meeting on Thursday night over in Boise, Idaho, a meeting just like this one, and except live. And Chris Estes was there, our number 1 income earner in Zija. And he did a presentation using a PowerPoint out of the company's back office. Not something he created. He did something very, very duplicatable. He did it right out of the back office, downloaded it, and uses that, which I think is great. Because you know what? If they can find that thing in the back office, they don't need to wait for us. They can go out and do a presentation on their own right now, without any specialized knowledge whatsoever. They can just go out and do it. So that company training is very, very vital. Along with that, however, is distributor training, of course, because I know that Fred does that basic distributor training every Saturday morning, and that's awesome. And it's good that we have that kind of support. It's very, very good. We get Fred and Pat Anderson, David Moses. You don't get a better upline than that anywhere. So it's very, very powerful powerful stuff in the trading part of it. Well, then, classy, world-class upline. Let's just talk about that for a second. You know, when we looked at ZJ, we invited ourselves in. Nobody invited us. We invited ourselves. And so we chose our sponsor. Now, our Yvonne Live sponsor is Pat Anderson. And we love Pat to pieces. She's awesome. And of course, she introduced me to Fred, and we got introduced to David Moses. And you know what? You just don't get any better than that. Having a world-class upline with experience and time in the business, with success and all the things they need, plus product knowledge and everything they need. So, you know, if you don't succeed, don't blame the upline. They're there for it. They are there for us, everybody. So it's really good. But those are one of the things we looked at was the upline. Who are they? And can they provide the things that we need? Obviously they can. Well, next would be product. Well, as David Moses would say, world-class products. Now, I won't steal your thunder, Fred. I know that a little later on you're going to be introducing that new product to everybody, but the word's kind of out in the street anyway about this product. And I was able to actually try it and eat one of these things the other night in Boise. Man, I was so pleasantly surprised, I cannot tell you. It was so good. Oh, my goodness. I was just blown away to the positive. It was awesome. It was really good. Lastly, the thing we looked at last was the money. Okay. I figured that a guy like Ken Brailsford couldn't put out a bad product or a bad comp plan. A person with that kind of integrity wouldn't do that. And so, comp plan. We were looking for a comp plan that paid everybody all the way through. So if somebody was going to want a little part-time income, they could do that. If somebody wanted to make, you know, millions of dollars, they could do that, and everything in the middle. It had to be a fair and complete comp plan so that everybody at any level could get the things that they wanted out of the compensation plan. And so as we looked at this whole comp plan, it was amazing. This comp plan pays very generously, and a lot of it. And we're pretty excited about that. So as you look at this, those are kind of some of the things that we looked at. Those are the only things we looked at in actuality, the things that were really, really important. Again, we're going over it. The owner, Ken Brailsford, the company management, which is awesome. You know, training both from the company and distributor uplines, you know, products. These are the things that make things run, and comp plan. Because if you're going to work really hard, you want to get paid to do it. And so it's really, really exciting. And for us, being in this industry for 45 years, I was with Chris Essex the other night, and I think he's 38 years old or 39, something like that. And I think I've been in network marketing longer than the guy's been alive. Kind of interesting. But it's something that it excites me. It excites me. They're at the age group, you know, we've been in this stuff a long time. Guys, listen to me very carefully. There's nothing better than ZG International. We've looked. There's a lot of new stuff, a lot of hype, a lot of stuff going on in the world. But what's going on right now, creating this wave of momentum, your timing couldn't be any better, but it's only going to get good for you if you do it, you know? And so I've given you what we looked at. If you do the same thing, you do your homework, you're not going to find anything any differently than we did. And so this company, this management team, this product, this comp plan, everything is here. The only thing missing is you and the decision you make to move forward. We've already made that decision. You know, we have made, and I don't mean this to sound like a brag, we have made millions of dollars in network marketing, but we're going to make more here from an income perspective than anything we've ever done. And we're going to help a lot more people physically than we've ever been able to do anywhere else. So ZG International, home run, Fred. And you know what? This is the best. You don't get any better than this. It's amazing. You've been around. You've seen. You know. And it's you just don't get any better than this.
Reid, I couldn't have said any better myself, and we are so pleased that you and Yvonne and your team have come over to join ZG International. It's a sign that the professionals in our industry are starting to recognize what's about to happen with this company. Thanks for being part of the presentation this morning. I'm going to go ahead and let Reid go back to the other side of the webinar. And you've had a chance to learn a little bit about the company. And see, one of the things that that Reid mentioned was the leadership of Ken Brailsford, the owner of the company. There are other companies out there in the network marketing industry, of course. Literally thousands upon thousands have come and gone over the years that this has been a profession. There's only a couple of handful of companies, maybe a couple of dozen, that have stood the test of time. Ken Brailsford's the only person that's built two of the multi-decade, multi-billion-dollar companies in our market space. and they're still in business today. And when you have leadership like that, I have to tell you, you know, when people talk about different products and so on, you know, products don't compete, compensation plans don't compete. Leadership is the only thing that competes, because we've seen other companies come and go that had good products, had good compensation plans. Leadership is the #1 issue. Now, that being said, of course, it's always good to have the best products. And that was one of the things that attracted me to ZJ International, was cutting edge, first to market, science-based products that make a real difference in people's lives. I'm very excited. I've invited one of our top distributors, Debi Balmert and Carla Bishop, are partners, and they're out of Ohio, and they've got a satellite meeting going on right now. I'm going to invite Debi Balmert to come over and share product information, and you're going to see we're going to do this a few different times throughout this this morning, because there are field or satellite locations where there are meetings taking place in offices, in people's living rooms, and so this is really a lot of people represented in this one little broadcast, and I get the pleasure of being able to do this from my home office. So let me find Debi Balmert. Where are you, Debi? Here you are. Let's see. There we go. Stand by. I'm going to be bringing you over here. There we go. Debi Balmert and her partner, Carla Bishop, represent one of our fastest growing distributorships today. And let's see here. Hey, you guys, you're sideways. Maybe you can turn yourself. Let's see. I need to move this one. There we go. All right, here we go. You're still sideways, my dear. Maybe you can. There you go. I don't. Can you turn your camera, perhaps?
Well, it's kind of
stuck there, huh?
Yeah.
There you go. Much better. Oh, yes. Yes. Vertigo there.
Okay.
So Debi, I started to say, you and your partner Carla represent one of the fastest growing organizations in the company right now. Certainly in my personal organization. Maybe you could take a moment, tell us where you're broadcasting from, and then I'm going to turn it over to you to share the product story of ZJ International.
All right. Thank you, Fred. Today we are in Rocky River, Ohio. We are at the Official Fitness Pros personal training studio, and we have some people in the other room watching your webinar here. So Carla and I are in the back room with the product set up and ready to share with your audience what you asked us to share. So I guess if you want me to go, I didn't know if I was supposed to go right into it, but I will right now.
Yeah,
so
go right ahead.
One of the things that got me into ZJ was the product itself, and I didn't really want another business. So what I was looking for was nutrition, for nourishment, because if you pay attention at all, you'll notice that people are getting heavier, people are getting less and less nutrition in, they're getting sicker, and I am, as a personal trainer, am on a mission to change that, to make the world a better, healthier place. So when I found the ZJ International products, the core moringa, and I tasted it, I could just feel the aliveness of it. That felt really good and powerful to me. And then when I learned about the 90 nutrients, more than 90 verifiable nutrients, the antioxidants, the anti-inflammatories, all those things, that added even more power to it. And then as I learned about the business, then it was like I could leverage my time, my resources, my passion, and build everything, complementing my personal training business. So to talk about the products, one of the things that this is what got me first was the super mix. All right, and it comes in these great little packets. There's a core nutrition, and 3 products are core nutrition part of it. So you simply take 1 packet per day, and you can put it in a bottle of water about this size. You can put it in more water if you like to. You can drink it all at once. You can split it up throughout the day. I like to savor it and have it throughout the day. But I absolutely love the taste of it. I love the alertness, the mental clarity, the energy I get, even though there's not an energy blend added to this particular one. I just still feel energy. I feel an aliveness, and I love that. So moving forward from that, in the core nutrition, we have 3 things to choose from. So as I said, the super mix, my favorite, There's also the XM Plus. So that would be Super Mix plus energy added to it. What I love, love, love about this is that when people drink this instead of energy drinks, now they're getting tons of nutrition, 90 plus verified nutrients, and they're getting anti-inflammatories, antioxidants, all that great stuff, omegas, all that stuff that just makes you feel good and helps your body to heal itself. So when we consume good, healthy things such as this, our body can heal and repair itself. So this one is this plus energy added. You'll get a nice lift and you won't crash. You'll just feel good. You won't even know when it wears off. You just feel so good with it. Then there's also the Smart Mix. The Smart Mix has some things that are great for gut health because goodness knows we've got some damaged guts around here. And so that will help with that as well. So these are the 3 core nutrition things. And then also with the core moringa is our plant protein. I love our plant protein. It comes in these great packets, you know, the single serving packets. If you've ever tasted plant protein, it usually doesn't taste good. This is honestly, I was scared to even try this. This was the first one that I thought, oh my gosh, I love this. And it tastes really great. It works really great. It has the moringa in it. So that's part of our core. Moringa is in here as well. So you really want that. There's some other things in here that are great with helping our muscles and our recovery from working out or just, you know, from life, right? They also have a whey protein that has moringa in it, and the whey that's in it comes from grass-fed cows that are organically fed. So I love that portion of it too. You know, that I just love that ZJ International does everything so holistically and so scientifically that it's just complete. It's just an incredible, incredible product line. So that's it on, I mean, kind of the nutrition, the core nutrition part of it. But we have, like, as a personal trainer, I'm telling people, if you're only going to take one thing, take the nutrition. But we have like kind of a 3-phase component here to the weight management system. And the next component to that would be choosing an appetite suppressant. So these are our choices. I'm not going to go into detail about them, but I will tell you they are fantastic. And this is our newest one, and you only take one of these per day. And people are losing weight like crazy on this. You know, and we have one called Burn, and we have AM capsules. But you know, anyone who's watching can learn more about, you know, research a little further. Ask the person who got you on here to share with you which one is best for them. Now, if you don't want energy, because those are going to give you some energy too, you can take the PM capsules. There will be no stimulants in this one. This is really great, even if you're nervous or you just have a high stress type of level. You can use this during the day. Even, you know, so I like to use it at night, curb my evening cravings and stuff. And also it helps with your cortisol levels, which if you paid attention to anything about cortisol, that's what adds belly fat. I mean, that's what our stress does. It adds belly fat. This is going to help with that as well. So we have some great appetite suppressant and products for that. Then next we have the detox is the next component. So detox, there's these tea bags in here. The premium tea, the detox tea is stellar. Okay, so even if you had been a dieter all along and you plateaued and you got onto this tea, you could help yourself get past a plateau because it helps with your cleansing your liver, your kidneys, and your colon. And you will feel the movement of it, let's say, after you drink this at night, and then the next morning you will feel that, and you'll feel cleansed and it's really detoxifying. It's a great component to our program here. So moving from that, I would like to tell you also that we have other product lines. This, I'm not going to get into it at all, but what I'd like you to know is this is the skincare line. It is all natural, and it has moringa in it as well. So this stuff is so pure, you could eat it. I wouldn't, but I mean, you could. It's that pure. There's nothing in here that's going to be harmful to you at all. And they have eye serum, they have anti-aging night cream, all kinds of great stuff. It's good for men and women both. Moving from there, the Ripsticks line. So we have a line that is all natural fitness line. So we have fuel, comes in packets like this. I took the fuel on a hike that was like the highest mountain in the lower 48 states, and it was the first time I had used the fuel. I used it like a couple times, once for training, and then that's for the hike. I really couldn't believe how much more energy and endurance I had with the aminos in here, the electrolytes, the things in here are just superior. They really helped me a lot. We also have Recover. That's what's in my hand, the Recover. And each of these come in a little sachet. It's really handy, really convenient. The Recover is a post-workout, and it helps, you know, get your muscle soreness to go away quicker, or maybe not even have muscle soreness. And with the glucosamine in it, it's also good for your joints. So you will love that. The pre-workout is called Ignite, and Ignite, it ignites you, man. I mean, it fires you up. My class asked me not to use it anymore because I get too fired up. So that's what I'd say about that. This one here, last, I saved this great one for last. This one is anyone can use it. So the Hydrate, we got some Hydrate here. The original Hydrate comes in these little packets, 1 stick per large container of water. This will help people get off of soda. This will help kids get off of fruit drinks that aren't really fruit or only have this much fruit in it and the rest sugar. We really need to get the sugar cut back in our diet. This will help with that. Now, we recently came out with 2 great flavors. Here's one of them, Glacier, and then there's one pomegranate also. So there's all kinds of great ways to consume that. And lastly is our essential oil line. So our essential oil line, I have the basic 9 kit set up here. The diffuser is going over there. Sorry, you can't see that. But you can get it with a kit, with a diffuser. I also just love like just opening it, putting a little bit on, and just smelling it. It is so good. It's essential oils are ancient healing properties in it. So I mean, they go way back. It's researched forever back in time. So this Determination one, I love that one because it just gives me determination. I love that. We have Trim and Tongue. We have Pro Shield. I use that in my personal training studio to spray. I mix it with water and spray it on my equipment to disinfect my equipment. You can literally use the lemon, the Pro Shield, different things to clean your house. So you can get rid of the chemical cleaners and go all natural for a very inexpensive. I mean, it's a fraction of the cost, really. It's really powerful. I keep this in my purse because sometimes I just put a little on my hands and want to, disinfect my hands, or I want to put it in my water, because, so I just get some flavor in my water. I do that as well. So that's it on the essential oils. And, we also have a foaming hand soap. That's really great. But I can just tell you that there's nothing in Zija International that you won't fall in love with if you try it. And you can replace a lot of the things that you're already consuming or using. We have shampoo that's all natural. I love that I don't have sulfates and all that stuff going on my body from the shampoos and stuff, because now I have this all natural shampoo. So I think I just think it's a home run. I think everything about Zija is a home run, and I love the business. I love the team. I love the camaraderie. I just love everything about Zija, and I'm so thankful that I got to share my passion and be excited about it with all of you. So with that being said, you all have a great day, and I hope you live with vitality.
Debbie, excellent job. Thank you so much. I know you've got a lot of things going on. This is a very special day where you're at, and being able to fit in your product presentation for our group right now, that's multitasking. Thank you so much, and you're looking great, sweetie.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Thank you so much. And what I've done, folks, just to kind of give you a feel for the kinds of things that are happening with people that are getting involved in Zija International's products. I've invited a couple of people to come share some information about what's happened with them. I'm going to go up to Washington State. We have Ram Berge on the line. She and her husband are new business builders with us, but she has been using our product for quite some time, has a very unique story. And hi, Rayanne. Oh, there you are. Very good. I just unmuted you. By the way, I saw some Facebook pictures of you in the gym. Good for you. Okay? No more excuses. No more excuses. So listen, go ahead and just share with the folks a little bit about your background and what's happened with you since you've been using the Zija products.
Okay, thanks, Fred. I'm an herbalist by profession, and as a younger woman, my life changed dramatically one day when my car I was riding in went over a cliff, and I became a paraplegic for life. I have to tell you, I hurt every day. I wasn't sleeping at night. I developed endocrine issues, and I gained a lot of weight. I tried every diet, fad, and gimmick out there, and nothing worked. My deepest fear was that I would end up in a nursing home. Then I was introduced to the Zija products, and within 90 days, I was sleeping at night. My lab tests were starting to return to normal, and I lost 50 pounds. It was phenomenal. So I knew I had to share the product. And so my husband and I joined with a diamond pack and followed the simple duplicatable system, which allowed us to pay off our initial investment, and now we're receiving weekly checks. And the best thing is, we're building a residual income that will allow us to live in our home together for the rest of our lives. Thanks, Fred. Back to you.
Rayanne, you are such an inspiration to so many people. Thank you so much for taking time to join us on the webinar and share your story. I really appreciate you guys, and give my best to John.
Will do.
All right, very good. And then I have a special guest that I asked to come in and share her story. Again, and for those of you that are part of Zija Nation, Amy McKenzie really needs no introduction. She's an Emerald distributor with us. Today, driving a Mercedes-Benz paid for by the company. But she has an incredible story, both in terms of the business and with the product itself. Unfortunately, Amy's calling in from an airport. I had hoped that she'd be able to join us to do some of the training with us this morning, but she's agreed to come in for this portion of the broadcast. Amy, I'm going to bring you up here to the speaker side. It's been an absolute joy, Amy, to be able to spend time watching you develop, grow your business. I've got you, I've unmuted you. You've had tremendous results on our products. Of course, you know, many people already know the tremendous results you've had from the business end of Zija, but maybe you can share a little bit about what's happened to you and what brought you to us.
Oh, sure, Fred. Well, I actually had life-changing experience on these products. I was in a near-fatal car accident when I was a young woman, and there was a question as to whether I would walk again. And the doctors had a plethora of prescription drugs they wanted to put me on, horrific surgeries lined up, and I said no to all of it. I determined to find a natural way, a solution. I began studying nutrition, and over time added supplements that helped me be mobile, but nothing really ever addressed the daily chronic pain that I was in. So, come along to Moringa, I actually was looking at the nutritional benefit. Obviously, a raw whole food is going to be a lot better than any vitamin. 6 weeks later, well, after not being able to stand up straight or carry a 10-pound bag of groceries for years, I was doing jumping jacks. No kidding. And within a couple months, I was mountain climbing, literally started riding horses again, downhill skiing. I got my life back. I mean, the fun part. Well, I realized at that moment in time, anything that works is good, creates an amazing opportunity. 9 years later, it's still working for me. What's really interesting, I did something I never do. I used my emergency credit card as a single mom, and I bought the diamond kit, and I followed that simple duplicatable system. And you know that in 30 days, in a business I had never done before, I paid back the whole credit card. I actually went into profit. And I realized at that moment, I'm not turning back. And I just continued to share the product, the opportunity, and teach others to do the same. I replaced my income in a year. But the best part of my story is I put my brilliant daughter, not through community college, not state college. She went to one of the best private universities in America. She's on her way to London to the Dream Masters program, top 2 in her field. And I'm flying around the country teaching people how to get healthy, or maybe even create a residual income and have a life unlimited like I'm enjoying. It's really the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Thanks, Fred. Back to you.
Amy, we are so excited for what's happened with you in your life physically, with your business, with your daughter, and I really appreciate you being able to jump in before getting on that airplane. Probably everybody wonders, who's that lady? Who is she? She's got to be important. Thanks so much, Amy. Safe travels to you. We'll be talking soon.
Thanks much.
All right, let's go ahead and let Amy get back to her traveling activities. And so, folks, you're starting to get a little feel for the ingredients that create a world-class opportunity. If you have a company with the correct corporate leadership, you know, integrity, if you have a company that has the kinds of products that people, you know, genuinely are looking for. I mean, today everybody's concerned about, you know, the quality of food, chemicals in the environment, and so on. And the only way to get a hold of the products from Zeej International, of course, is through an independent distributor. This is what creates opportunity. Now, there are many things that are going on in Zeej today, but I want to kind of highlight the business end of the business, because this, in my opinion, the network marketing profession is the average person's best chance not only to be able to create an additional income stream without having to get another job, but to be able to also continue on and create a lifelong residual income. And for many people, that has been the reason for their entrance into Zeej International. Some of our top income earners were already very successful business people. What they didn't have was something that we had: time freedom and ongoing residual income. And so today in Zeej International, unlike when I first started a few years ago, we have today the incredible timing of being involved with a company before the second wave. And that's really what today is all about. To let you know that over the last 10 years, Zeej International has been in development. Ken Brailsford has doubled down on his personal financial commitment to this legacy company. Today, we have we control all the sourcing for our raw materials. We're a vertically integrated company. We have our own manufacturing facility. We have a pharmaceutical grade manufacturing facility, so we control the development and production of our own products. We have tens of thousands of square feet of manufacturing, warehousing, distribution facilities. We own our own Class A building in Linden, Utah. And with the infrastructure we have today, we could literally produce over $1 billion in annual sales of our products, yet we're really only a small percentage of that volume today. When you put together the corporate infrastructure, the physical infrastructure, the dramatic expansion of our product line, so there are so many arenas where people can get involved, including personal care products that people are using every day. This is not about causing people to spend more money, but rather just replacing the money that they're already spending on products they know they need and want. The opportunity today with Zeej International provides people with a chance to create a part-time supplemental income. And the backbone of Zeej International are people that came to us to make that extra $200 or $300 a week, that extra $1,000 a month, without having to disturb their lifestyle and create have a part-time job on the weekends. For many people, it's turned into a full-time replacement level of income. So being able to have the privilege of doing what I do, instead of having to get up and go to work in the morning, I simply walk into my home-based office. For me, this has been a part-time business, because my Zeej story is simply that I care for my elderly mother. She's 91 years old. I'd already retired from the industry many years ago, and had the opportunity and the blessing to be able to care for my mom, keep her in the family home. And the Zeej opportunity has allowed me to work around that schedule and be able to create not only a phenomenal lifestyle and income, but to be here, my most important thing in life, to care for my mom. Now, today in Zeej International, unlike when I first started, the company is providing many, many opportunities, both in terms of training, in terms of events. We have our luxury automobile program, Mercedes-Benz program. We call it Team Benz. Now, that's not unusual in our industry for, a car program. However, in every company that I'm aware of, those types of programs are available only to the top income earners. And I remember being a young new distributor many years ago, when I first started in this profession, thinking, well, those guys, those big income earners, they can buy whatever they want. What about us? Zeej International is a different kind of company. We provide for Mercedes-Benz program to even our part-time distributors you know, just on a part-time basis, can be able to earn and drive a luxury Mercedes-Benz. We have incentive trips that are available. I've been on a couple of Caribbean cruises now. Never went on a cruise before, but Zija got me to the Caribbean. I usually do the Hawaiian Islands. But so what I want to do right now is kind of share a couple of things that are happening, because when you combine the company and the corporate leadership with the right kinds of products, the final ingredient is timing. And see, when you can get ahead of the growth curve, when you can be in before the masses, significant things can happen. I was part of Zija when we went into our first growth curve, our first mini wave. I had an opportunity to spend 36 months developing my distributorship. We went into our first wave when we introduced healthy weight management, like Debi Balmert had mentioned. And we literally went from $10 million a year in sales to $50 million a year in sales in 24 months, and my income doubled. Now, fast forward, we are ready to enter into the next major growth curve of a company of our type. If you are fortunate enough to find a company that can stick around long enough to develop the infrastructure, the product diversification that Zija has, that's the timing to go into that next curve. And when you find a company there at, say, 100 million a year like we are, that run to the 300 million a year and the $500 million a year is where the fortunes are made with the company. And the final missing ingredient was us, the distributor base. And just a few short months ago, the company called all of the diamond leaders. We call it the Diamond Club. They took us to Cancun, which is, you know, really nice. The company sends you on vacations like that. But we had probably 50 of the top distributorships in the company. And we came into agreement, into an alignment, that we were committed to pushing the company into this second growth curve, the second wave. And so we've implemented a number of things. First of all, we have what's called the Second Wave Campaign. Now, the Second Wave Campaign, this is a program, and today's meeting and the tour events that we have over the summer is part of that, where our new distributors can get involved and literally earn double commissions for 3 to 6 months, depending on how they get started. Imagine that for a moment, where a brand new person can literally double their income for as much as the first 6 months for doing the same thing. That's leverage. We've instituted a program to allow every brand new distributor to have a, if you will, a resistance-free path to being able to introduce our products. I believe I've got a slide up here I'm going to try and share with you. Let's see here. Give me a moment. There we go. That's what I was looking for. We have what's called the Second Wave Positioning Packs. So every new distributor joining the company can receive a number of these based upon their initial order, where for as little as $40, you could introduce a brand new person, somebody that's perhaps looking at the product, looking at the opportunity. For $40, they can receive well over $100 of our most popular products to sample. Imagine, who wouldn't want to be able to use these world-class products? Over $100 worth, only cost $40. That's virtually zero resistance to getting people to sample the product, to be able to learn more and experience the products themselves. We have another program that this is extremely unique. I really know of no other company who's done this, and that's our Catch the Wave Global pool, where distributors getting started today, working in their own home areas, can actually tap into the global expansion of Zija. And this is through a special program called Build Local, Grow Global. I've never seen a company do this before. Even our part-time distributors can qualify to get a portion of a income pool that's being set aside based upon our Asian expansion. Now, anybody that's been in this industry for a long time knows that some of the greatest amounts of volume come out of Asia. And Zege International is rapidly expanding into the Asian markets. We're in Thailand, Japan, Korea, the Philippines. We'll be going into mainland China. And that growth is going to be phenomenal. And a portion of that volume is being set aside for all distributors, including our part-time distributors. And you simply have to do the activities that are part of our business. You know, rank advance, grow in our compensation plan, enroll new distributors, help them to personally enroll. And when you're doing those kinds of activities, this is going to create your share of this global pool. It's going to be introduced at our convention here in October. I'm going to speak about that in a moment. And then it's going to, the first payouts are going to happen later in the year. But this is a rare opportunity that a brand new person can have the benefits of a leader in our organization. You know, our diamonds and emeralds also share in company-wide pools, but here a brand new person can also do that. And so what I want to do is share with you a little bit about, have you hear from a few of the people that have had this experience, because certainly you've heard from a couple of people, myself, Reid, and Amy, who've been with the company for a while, but I want you to hear what's happening now. I'm going to go over to back to Ohio. I've got Carla Bishop. Let me see if I can find Carla here. Carla Bishop is, I'm going to bring you over, Carla, with Debi on Debi's camera, wherever we went here. Give me a moment. There we go. Carla Bishop is Debi Balmert's partner, and I'm hoping you're standing by here because I'm about to bring you over. Carla, are you with us? Oh, there you are. Very good. I see you and I hear you. Carla, I asked Carla to join us. As I told you, Carla and Debi are partners in their distributorship. It's one of the fastest growing organizations right now within Zege. But Carla, you have a very interesting background as a professional business owner, businesswoman. Maybe you can share a little bit about, you know, compare and contrast, you know, what's happened with you in the Zege business? What attracted to you as a business owner?
Well, thank you, Fred, for inviting me to be part of this presentation today. I'm really honored to do this. Actually, I was introduced to Zege. I found Zege. Zege found me a little over 5 years ago, and I'm so blessed that it did. I was actually introduced to it for the product because I'd been looking for something for my son who was diagnosed with Lyme disease. But that's another story. I will tell you, he is symptom-free now, thanks to Zege. And after a year of taking Zege, it took about a year, I was approached by some of the people in Zege and said, you know, you should look at this as a business. And I wasn't looking for a business. I wasn't looking, you know, for any type of opportunity. I didn't think I thought life was good. Life was good. I was cruising along. My family's now healthy and happy. And, but something kept gnawing at me. And that something was from when I was a business owner years ago as a single mother. I was raising my 2-year-old son as a single mom, and I owned a franchise. Now, I did very well in it. I invested $120,000 in this franchise, and I earned eventually a 6-figure income, which is great. But a few things that never changed, and that was, first of all, I could never earn more than I did. I reached a peak at that 6-figure. I worked 60 to 80 hours a week, and that was at the restaurant. That didn't include all the other aspects of owning a restaurant, the scheduling, the payroll, and all the other paperwork that's involved. And you're on call 24/7. Something that gnawed at me was the fact that I missed a lot of my son, my 2-year-old son, and those experiences. And there's rarely been a time that I could talk about that without crying. But so now with Zege and this opportunity, what this has allowed me to do is share this incredible nutrition coupled with an amazing opportunity for people to design their own life on their own terms, including their own time. So if I would have had this opportunity, this little gnawing, if I would have had this opportunity presented to me years ago when my little boy was growing up and all those experiences I missed, I would have jumped at it. I would have jumped at it. So people looking at this today, what I want to convey to you is you are aligning yourself with a company of the utmost integrity. I'm 5 years in and have introduced this to a lot of people, let's say hundreds. Nobody has ever been disappointed and walked away or been part of this saying, oh man, I wish you would have never showed me that. Nobody has ever done that, because from start to finish, it is integral and amazing. So that's what I want to convey to people. You know, 25 years ago, I bought a job for $120,000. This is really a minimal investment, and the sky's the limit, and you're in control. So thank you, Fred, and thank you, Zija Nation.
Carla, thank you so much, and we appreciate the professionalism and the drive that you're bringing to the Zija business, and I know that you and Debbie will be our next diamonds. Thanks so much for joining us today. Okay, we're going to go ahead and let Carla go back. And so what I'm going to do too now, I'm going to go over to Kansas. I've got Berdina Pretty with me. Now, Berdina actually represents one of the groups of people that's perhaps one of the fastest growing segments of our distributor base, people joining today. She was a retired school teacher. She'd done very, very well. She was, her and her husband are farmer ranchers. And but she's got a very unique story. And Berdina, I know that you might have a limited Wi-Fi, but I'm going to bring you over here and let you share your story, because it's been an inspiration to many, many people who in retirement are wondering how are they going to be able to, you know, have the lifestyle that they want. And there we go. Very good. Let me get you unmuted here. Okay, looks like I may not. There we go. Hi, Berdina.
Hi, Fred.
Oh, there you are. I was starting to share your story, and congratulations on the success you've had in your Zija business. I know you've been using the product for some time. Maybe you can take a moment, share with the folks a little bit about your experience.
I'd love to. We're very rural. I was a school teacher for 35 years and still teaching when I was introduced to Zija. I had trouble walking. I was getting big knots on the bottom of my feet due to inflammation. And it was several months of taking Zija before I felt tremendous relief. And it helped us sleep better. It brought more energy to both my husband and I. And people were asking me what I was doing because they saw a change. I really wasn't interested in the business until Team Benz came out, and I wanted that sports car. I also was retirement age, and I wanted additional retirement income. So I did start with a diamond system and a list of personal contacts, and with the simple system that Fred teaches, we were able to get our business up and running. I really did get that Mercedes. It's still a head turner because I live in an area where there's trucks and tractors in town rather than sports cars. But Fred, the most exciting part, I get to help other people with their health. And it was exciting when my Zija business matched my retirement after 35 years of teaching. So look at all the retired people who need options. I have an answer for them. And Fred, I look forward to where Zija is heading. And I appreciate all the help that you've given me in the past. And back to you. I hope this has come through without freezing. Thanks, Fred.
Great job, Berdina. Thank you so much for the inspiration you've been to so many people, and the signal was just fine. Thanks again, Berdina.
Thank you.
I always tell Berdina, you know, get out your bucket. Time to go get that Wi-Fi signal. Carry it over, because they are way out there, and she's the only person in that area that's driving a convertible Mercedes. I want to go over to Ohio. Got one other person I want you to meet because she's got a very unique story, and I think that Barbie Stahl's story really helps, if you will, epitomize that the ingredients to success in our business are not what most people think. Okay, most people think you have to have a special background. You know, you have to be good in sales, you know, marketing. Maybe you have to have been previously in network marketing to be successful. Barbie Stahl has an interesting story. Barbie, how are you? Very good to see you. Looks like you're enjoying your day. Thank you for joining us. As I was sharing, Barbie Stahl, for those of you that have been part of ZJ Nation for a while, you know Barbie's story. She was one of our diamond distributors, Mercedes-Benz. I think she's probably on her third one now. She's part of the profit participation pool. I mean, she has hit all the marks in our opportunity, yet she had the ingredients of success that most people don't recognize. This is what it takes to be successful: a willingness to work, a willingness to learn, and a burning desire to succeed. And that's the only things that are required for high-level success. So, Barbie, I don't want to steal your story. Share with the folks a little bit about what brought you to ZJ, what's happened with you, and what it's meant to you and Jack in your lives.
Okay. I'm always thrilled to share the story because it becomes stronger and stronger the longer I'm part of ZJ. And as Fred was mentioning, I'm actually a stay-at-home mom, and I homeschooled our 5 children for 25 years. When I was introduced to ZJ on a mission trip, I was given a pack of the Smart Mix, and I've had a passion for nutrition, so I was drawn to it because everything is in one little pack that you just pour into whatever you want to, whatever amount of water you'd like. And so I immediately saw some results, and we had a window of time where my husband was wanting to go back into full-time vocational ministry. And Fred didn't tell me that no one had ever gone diamond in 1 calendar year. So I was just whining and complaining because I didn't think I was doing it fast enough. But I came in with a gold system, and I mean, immediately, I mean, you get a check your first week. You know, you tell somebody and you get a check. And so I saw the benefits of that, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go for this. And being having worked at home, I didn't have a Rolodex, for those of you who know what one of those are, of contacts and business people. And so I just told everyone I believed in what I had. I knew what I had. I'm proof that we have a strong company, that we are a company of integrity. Our products, you can't compare those. And the compensation, ZJ continues to outdo themselves in seeing that everyone benefits, you know, from the newcomer on up. And so I did see a 6-figure residual income, as Fred said, within that first year. And it has allowed my husband and I both to serve in a variety of ministries with no financial responsibility. And last night we have the time freedom to be with our family and friends. And I just find such satisfaction and fulfillment in knowing that I'm helping others attain their life unlimited. And that may be in regards to health. It may be in regards to their time freedom, their financial freedom. But it's a very rewarding company and a way to spend your time. And it just fits in to what you're doing. Yes, you can set aside some time, but it's just part of what you do and what you say and what you talk about. And so I'm so excited just when you talk about the second wave, I get goosebumps because I know I've been in long enough to know the integrity that's there, and it just encourages me and it actually drives me to just continue to tell everybody that I come in contact with. And so, Fred, I appreciate you and your leadership and the leadership of the company. and how they continue to just they know where we need to be before we do, and they lay the path down. And all we have to do is just do what they say. And we do have a simple system, and I'm proof that it works. People my generation, the techie part has become a challenge, but you know what? I can be taught. So thank you, Fred, for the opportunity. I just am so grateful for Zija, and I'm excited about what's ahead for all of us. The best is yet to come. So thanks.
Barbie, thank you so much. Congratulations on all the success you've had, and thank you so much for being such a leader and a support of your organization.
Thank you.
So we'll let Barbie go back. So folks, you've had a chance to learn quite a bit about the company, the product, our opportunity, the stories of people that have had the positive experiences of using our product, and what happens when you engage in our business. And so it's really a very simple system and 3 steps, if you will. Okay, number 1 is to get in. Get some of the company's products, sign up, get started. Number 2, get trained. We're going to do a little bit of that right now, and I'm going to give you some additional training resources, and then get going. And as one of our speakers said, that's the real key. If you're willing to commit a little bit of time on a part-time basis, and the key is non-productive hours. Take 30 minutes here, 15 minutes there to work a daily method of operation. It is inevitable that you will touch the people that need to hear about our message. And so to get started with Zija International is pretty simple. You can start and become an independent distributor. It's a $20 membership fee. We pay that once a year. That's our, if you will, our franchise fee. And with that, you're able to purchase the products at wholesale. You can develop your own customers, your own distribution networks. Most of us started with product for our own personal consumption and product to sample out. Company has a few different packages. I'm going to bring up my slide right now. And let's see here. Slideshow. Let's continue. And we have. Whoops, let me go back here. Where are we? There we go. You can get started with we have 4 different packages that are designed to provide you with the greatest array or sampling of different products throughout our product. The first 2 are primarily for consumers. Our basic system allows you to get on our products. It's a perfect enhanced weight management system for an individual. We have our enhanced system, which I call it the family pack. It allows you to get yourself and some of the family members, maybe a few friends on the product. The gold and diamond system, they are primarily our business builder packages. The gold system, when you join with a gold system, you have ample product, a wider range of the products. You can sample out, get family members, get yourself on the product. And the gold system comes with double fast start commissions for 12 weeks. So for literally 3 months, your first 3 months in the business, you will receive twice the amount of commission that an existing distributor receives. And this is designed to help the brand new person get off to a fast start. The diamond system, that's the one that I started with, gives you a complete selection of our company's products, all of our product divisions, ample product for yourself, the family, ample product to sample out to others. That's really a key component of our system. As you heard from several of our speakers today, they got started in the business because of the results they had on the products. I myself, I've been involved in this profession in the past. I was fortunate enough to literally catch a company right where Zija is today, and I grew with that company from $100 million a year to $500 million a year in a few short years, and I was able to retire at an age, literally 20 years younger than most people consider retirement age. When Zija came along, I saw all the ingredients of what would become the next billion-dollar company in our industry. Timing, we were too young and too small, but I saw the potential. I started with a diamond pack. Today, our brand new distributors starting with diamond packs are able to receive double fast start commissions for 24 weeks. So literally for 6 months, your first 6 months, you will receive twice the commission for doing the very same thing. And the key here is that we have a simple system. Okay, the system is designed to make up for any lacking or lack of experience that you might have in our type of business, the system is everything. See, this is a key for me personally. I'd already done this before. When I got started with my diamond kit, I was able to follow that simple system and to recoup all of that initial cost in 2 weeks. Many of our distributors are doing that even quicker than that with this double fast start commission, but it's a way to get into profit right away. And what I want to do now, we're going to take a kind of a moment, allow you to get your application out. Some of you are ready to get started now. I'm going to let you do that, but what I want to do is I want to move on into some foundational training. We call it the 5 Ps. It's how to launch your business, the activities that we get involved in to help build a Zija business. And I'm going to give you a couple of other opportunities for additional training that'll go beyond the scope of what we can do this morning. Let me see if I can get that up here again, just so that you can see it. Where did that slide go? Here we go. All right, let me share my screen. Give me a moment. Yeah, like Barbie said, anybody can do this here. You just got to give me enough time. There we go. The fundamentals of sharing, and really, if you look at what makes this business work, it really isn't a business of selling. Okay, and quite frankly, the people that have a professional sales background, they are the ones that have the greatest challenge doing what we do. Our business is a business of sharing and recognizing that we're not the ones that are going to try and convince people they need our products or convince people they need our opportunity. What we're looking for are people who have needs. They might have needs for losing weight, improving their health, finding, better quality products. Other people looking for a way to create additional income, maybe more time freedom, like Carla Bishop was talking about how her first business really sucked up all that time freedom. What we talk about is the 5 Ps of sharing, and it starts with a prospect list. Now, a lot of people think about, friends and family right away, a few people that could use our products or maybe our income opportunity. The prospect list, there's actually a science to it. We start with a memory jogger. It's a tool that allows the average person to literally generate, dozens and in some cases hundreds of potential contacts that they know. And the reason we approach people that we know is very simple. Our job is not to sell, but rather to share the story. Share the stories of what happens to people when they get involved with our products. Share the stories of what happens to people that get involved in our business. And we know from experience that somebody is more willing to hear your story than a stranger. I go into a more detail on this. You're welcome to go to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Fred Holmes Zija. There are training videos there on how to use a prospect list, how to develop that prospect list, use a memory jogger. You're welcome to look at that. Second P is to pique one's interest. And again, here we're not selling, but rather when you recognize a need, if somebody's talking to you about, health concerns, maybe the doctor is concerned about blood sugar levels or what have you. We already know good nutrition is the key to virtually every health challenge we have. Maybe somebody's talking to you about, looking at becoming retired and concerned about their income. You can pique their interest based upon their need. Okay, something as simple as, I remember you talking about, wondering how you were going to make ends meet in retirement. I found a program where retired people are generating full-time incomes from home. Would that be something you might be interested in? So pique one's interest. Give them an opportunity to look. When you pique the interest, here's the real key. Don't be the one that has to do the presentation. That's not part of the system. We go to step 3, which is to pass that person to some information. We have many, many tools available to share the Zija story, the story of the products, the story of our income opportunity. Pass them to a tool. let the tools do the presentation. It's important to understand that if you try to be the one sharing the information, okay, if you're the one that has to talk about the product or talk about the opportunity, one of two things is going to happen, and neither one of them is going to be good. You're either going to be too good at telling the story, or you're going to be too bad. If you're too good, it's not going to appear duplicatable. Your prospect might be interested in the product or the opportunity, but then they're going to believe maybe they'll never be as good as you at being able to do that presentation, or you're going to be too bad. And the problem with that, of course, is the story will never be told. It certainly won't be told effectively. So pass them to a tool. Number 4, plug them in to somebody else, an experienced upline. This is really important. So many people have tried to share the potential of an opportunity that they've just started in, and they really don't have any documentation. It is a theory that it will work. And if you use step 4, plug your potential new distributor into somebody else that's been involved in the business. Let them hear from somebody that can document the business works. It'll allow you to accelerate the process of building your business. Don't be the person that tries to do it all by yourself. That's the key to a network marketing business. Work with the people that have gone before you. Number 5, promote the events. See, our business is a business of exposure. Today throughout North America, there are events like this going on in hotel rooms and offices, and part of the second wave or Catch the Wave summer tour. We have corporate events. We have distributor-sponsored events. There are many. We do here as part of our organization, we do online events. On Thursday evenings, we do a business presentation, 15, 16 minutes or so of just a brief overview of the company story, the product story, and a few testimonials. There are many opportunities that you can promote your business through existing events that are going on in a variety of formats. And the final ingredient, the final, if you will, P is personal development. And this is really important to understand. Over 30 years ago, I was a cross-country truck driver. I'd done that for a number of years. I was highly motivated to move beyond that career when my son hit school age. Had some educational challenges the school district wasn't going to provide for him, and I found myself in a position, if I was going to do what was necessary as a parent to be able to provide for my son's future, I needed to find a way to create a tremendous amount of income to pay for private educational resources, but I also needed more time freedom to be with him. Now, this industry has fulfilled on all those promises. What I can share with you today, personal development, becoming more, has been the key. See, while I could drive an 18-wheeler today, I guarantee you I am not a truck driver today. The thought of speaking, into a camera in front of groups of people, that never even entered my consciousness, 30 plus years ago. And so Jim Rohn, a gentleman I had a chance to meet many years ago, recognized as one of the world's foremost personal development speakers. He probably said it the best. He said, you can have more than you have because you can become more than you are today. And so the people that are part of your upline support team, they'll recommend to you books to read, people to listen to, but become more than you are, because quite frankly, I have no idea where my life would be today if I was still driving. Well, I probably wouldn't be driving trucks for another 30 years. I don't think my back could have held out. Now, what I'm going to do right now in closing is a couple of things. I shared with you that I had a very special product announcement and an opportunity. In the time that I've been with Zija, it's been the company's been in business coming up. We're about to hit our 11th year anniversary. I started with the company 9 years ago. One of the most requested products during that entire time has been a protein bar. This is a market segment. Virtually every home in America has protein bars. People grab them for breakfast, grab them on the run, snack, carry you through to dinner. And, some are okay, some are pretty bad. Zija International is in pre-launch of our first to market plant protein bar. And let me see if I can bring up my little slide here. Let's see. I want you to see this because this is one of the most exciting announcements that that we can make. Let me bring it. Here we go. There we go. The Core Moringa Plant Protein Bar. This is in pre-production right now. This is part of the second wave summer tour. Zija International, as with all of our products, okay, science-based, category creator, cutting edge products. We are taking pre-orders for the very first Moringa Zija International Plant Protein Bar. Now, because this event has been included in the company's Catch the Wave Summer Tour, even though we don't have a physical location, they have allowed me to provide a special code that all of our participants today can pre-order these bars. Be the first to use it. Now, if you had a chance to be in Boise with Reid Nelson earlier in the week, you would have been able to sample one of them. But the only way to get them, they're not available for order today. They're going to be shipped here in about 4 weeks. But you can go online, pre-order today. So all of our distributors, go into your back office. You'll see across the first page the banner, and it'll be placed there for you to pre-order. When you click on ordering it, you will need a code. Now, I've printed the code at the top of the page here. It's the word WAVE, the number 2, and then F Holmes, as in Fred Holmes. WAVE 2 F Holmes. If you enter that code, you will be able to pre-order the Core Moringa Plant Protein Bar from Zija. Get that coming to you. You can order. I don't know if there's a limit to the number of quantity that you can order, but that code is active and alive right now, and so you'll be able to get your own. Be the first to receive these. The company is anticipating a significant amount of orders for this first batch. And so I encourage you, get your order in now. Make sure that your other distributors can also use this code as well. But that'll get you past the screen so that you can actually place your initial order. And then finally, I want to make the announcement of our upcoming summit. This is Zija International's 11th anniversary celebration. It's going to be occurring October 25th through the 28th. It'll be in Salt Lake, Utah. And this is something I can share with you. For those of you that perhaps you're just thinking about getting involved in Zija, or maybe you've just started as a brand new distributor. If in the 30 plus years that I've been involved in this industry, if I had to come up with one single activity that could dramatically propel your business, could be the singular ingredient as to succeeding in your Zija business, that would be the attendance at this event. And a lot of people ask, well, what's going to happen in the event? Is it going to be, the rah-rah session? Well, of course, there's going to be inspirational information. It's more than just inspiration. It's more than just a training. We're going to have breakout sessions on Thursday. I believe there's going to be something like close to 70 different training sessions that you can pick from to educate yourself on our products, the science, the building of the business and so on. Top field leaders will be there. So it's certainly part of the training, certainly a part of the exposure and the inspiration. But I have to tell you, there is an intangible that comes from being at one of these events, and that is the development of a belief system. And something I was taught many, many years ago: if you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. Now, share a quick story for you, and I hope this emphasizes the importance of being able to be at this particular event. 30 plus years ago, I was a cross-country truck driver. I had just made a decision to join a network marketing company. I had to really stretch to get the, that product. I actually had to use 3 credit cards to get my initial order. And my sponsor then said, the company's convention's coming up in 4 weeks. You need to be in Chicago at that event. And I said, well, Jeff, I can't. I maxed out my cards to get my product. I can't afford to get to Chicago. And he said, you can't afford not to be in Chicago if you're serious. And then turned around and walked away. And I have to tell you, I was a little bit despondent by that, but I took him at his word because he was $1 million income earner. I knew that he understood what to do. And I also figured out he wasn't going to make any money from me if he didn't show me how. And if he said I needed to be in Chicago, I was very coachable. I made it happen. I got the red-eye flight in. I used the company's, nutritional supplements for breakfast and lunch. He told me if I was around him at dinner time, he'd make sure I got fed. And I actually slept on the floor in his hotel room. I literally went there with enough money for a cup of coffee. But I have to tell you this. Had I not attended that event, I do not believe that I would be in network marketing today 30 years later. And that was my first company, and that wasn't even the company I made the big money in that allowed me to retire. And those companies, pale in comparison to what I've been able to accomplish with Zija. So the moral of the story is, if there was one single thing that you could do to ensure your success, I would suggest to you it's be at the summit October 25th through 28th with Zija International. So with that, we're actually on time. I can't believe it. We had scheduled 90 minutes for this event. We're only a couple of minutes shy of that. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope this has been helpful and beneficial to you. For all the new distributors, I'm incredibly excited about your opportunity today, more so than I've ever been in 9 years with Zija International. Like Barbie Stahl was saying, she had the opportunity to experience that first wave. That first wave drove her from day one, getting her first gold pack, to diamond in a year. I mean, one of the fastest, at that time, one of the fastest growths to diamond. And more importantly, with somebody who had no business background, no sales background, and no experience in network marketing. And so this is an opportunity for each one of you to be part of Zija International, at a point in time where people will tell the stories. 5, 10, 15 years from now, people will be telling the stories of what happened to the folks that joined Zija International in 2017. And mark my words, I experienced that wave from 100 million to 500 million with a previous company, and I was able to retire. Zija International's growth is going to blow that away. I am more excited today about what's happening with Zija International, more importantly, what's going to happen with our brand new distributors than I've ever been before in my career in network marketing, including Zija International. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close down the session for today. Special thanks and my heartfelt appreciation to my guest speakers who helped with the presentation, and to all of the people that shared their story. There's always going to be a question. I already see it now. Yes, this has been recorded. It'll be posted here later today to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Fred Holmes Zija. And there you'll also be able to find several of the mini training videos that I've suggested to you. So with that, we're going to sign off, get your orders in for the plant protein bars. I'm going to be checking in with my mom right now. We're going to have a little lunch, and then I get the day off. I'm going to the beach. So we'll see you all soon. Take care. I'm sorry. Got to do one more thing. I just looked at my note. Monday, this coming Monday, there'll be a special Millionaires in Training broadcast on Facebook Live from David Moses, one of our company's top income earners. David makes a fortune. He's had decades of experience in this industry. If you want to learn what the masters know, be on the Monday broadcast. Throughout the week, Dr. Joshua Plant is hosting several different Facebook Live presentations on the product, in our different product divisions. The person that asks you to be part of this will be able to give you that information. Thursday evening, 6 p.m. Pacific, I will be hosting a short business and product presentation via webinar. It's another tool you can plug into. And then once again, next Saturday, this same time, this same webinar link, we'll be returning to our regular fast start training on Saturday morning. Okay, so now I'm done. Still ahead of schedule by 4 minutes. Thanks for joining us, folks. Looking forward to seeing all of you at the Zija convention in October. Have a wonderful day.